Hi, I'm Vanessa.
And I'm Jeremy.
We are the parents to a very sweet and medically complex little boy named Merritt. He has microcephaly, cerebral palsy, epilepsy, CVI, which is a form of visual impairment, and hearing loss. Follow along as we show you what a typical day in the life looks like for us, starting with our morning routine, part 2. While Vanessa's upstairs, patting and poking and moisturizing away, I head downstairs to prep Merritt's morning drugs and make all of his meals for the rest of the day. Because Merritt gets so many medications, we have to reuse syringes. So the first thing I do is make sure that none of them have any residual meds on them before pairing them back up. The first and main ingredient in Merritt's food is his formula base, which is Keto V 4-to-1. A company will ship this to us every few months, and because there's so much of it, we have to store it in the basement. And about once a week, I'll bring up a week's supply into the kitchen. This formula is just for kids who have been prescribed a keto diet to help with their infantile spasms or seizures. The keto diet is all a ratio game. Basically, the ratio is the amount of fats consumed compared to the combined amount of carbs and protein consumed. So Merritt's formula, as is, has 4 parts fat to 1 part carbs plus protein. That's the 4-to-1. The higher the ratio, the more the body is forced to convert fat as its energy instead of carbs. The energy is a ketone, and the brain loves them. To prep his food, I have to measure each ingredient to make sure the end result is at Merritt's prescribed ratio, which is currently 3-to-1. I use a scale to make sure that everything is within 2/10 of what it should be. Right here, that's 480 grams of formula, about a half of unflavored and about a half vanilla. I then measure out 75 grams of 2% milk and 285 grams of water. Now, if you're wondering why vanilla flavoring if he's eating through a tube, well, Merritt did eat by mouth once. In fact, he used to eat keto solid foods too. I'd measure that out as well on the same scale and same 0.2 of a gram level of precision. Well, what are keto baby foods? Another good question. They're butter. They're butter with a splash of apple puree or butter with some beef puree. Look, when you need way more fat than carbs plus proteins, then keto baby food basically just becomes, well, butter, mixed with a tiny amount of all the same flavors of baby food that we fed our other kids as well. Unfortunately, though, after a bad bout of a stomach bug and a long hospital stay, Merritt just became really adverse to food in his mouth, which is what led to an NG tube and eventually the G tube we're using now. But the vanilla flavor still remains. This morning batch of formula makes enough for Merritt for one whole day, so I split it into 2 5-ounce bottles and 4 4-ounce bottles to get him his recommended 26 ounces on the day. The 4-ounce bottles, after we heat them up, will also get topped off with an extra ounce of water to help Merritt stay hydrated as well. Oh, and to be super clear, we designed 0% of this formula plan. Merritt's nutritionist team gives us the recipes and the schedules, and we try to follow that as best as we can. Merritt's first bottle also gets Miralax, a vitamin powder, and a prebiotic. Merritt only poops a couple times a week, and we're under instructions to use a suppository on the poor dude if he doesn't poop in a certain amount of time. So if we can help support that gut health and avoid a suppository, we're going to do it. Once I have his morning bottle ready, I'll head upstairs to actually get that formula in him. Now we switch out the bag we use every day, but it's not first thing in the morning. That bag was used last night for his water, and that's actually when I swapped the bag out. So this bag has had the water through the night, and this morning is the first time that it'll have formula running in it. We fill up the bag, and then we prime the tube to make sure that I'm not pushing any air into his stomach. Because Merritt gets water pumped in at about 30 milliliters an hour all through the night, his extension is already on in the morning and ready to go for his food. So once the line is primed, I just hook it up, start the pump, and he receives his formula at about 180 milliliters or about 6 ounces every hour. And that's it. That's Merritt's food. And while I'm upstairs, I gotta wash out that booger hose. We'll post a part 3 with Merritt's drugs soon. Thank you all for your support, prayers, and the kindness you show in our family, and for continuing to help us move Merritt.